HMU, Wardrobe and Talent. And let's talk about hair and wardrobe. What happens when you go on set and the wardrobe person puts you in something that is not really your style, or the person did your hair not the way you wanted it done? How do you handle those types of situations?
Well, that's what the client wants.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the worst was a film that I was in. It was with my friends. My girlfriends were in it too.
Yeah.
And it seemed like they had the cutest dresses and everything.
Yeah.
It was the 1920s.
Mm-hmm.
And I just had this. I think I looked like Minnie Mouse. I swear to God, Valerie. That's the way I felt. And they're all woohoo, and I'm like, ugh. But I didn't show that.
Yeah.
Just make the most of it. That's what you know. That's what they chose for you.
Mm-hmm. At Pictures Up, we don't pretend to be unbiased because many of us are talent and we have not worked as HMU or wardrobe. However, what we will try to do is to give you the HMU and wardrobe's perspective. Both get directions from the director. So maybe the director wants you to look like a ghost and be pale. Or maybe the director wants a gray, black, blue, and white color scheme for the scene. So you can't wear your red Vera Wang dress that you just purchased because what the director says goes. When it comes to HMU and wardrobe, you will many times hear and see the words stylist or artist attached to their titles because they are creatives, and this is important for you to remember. This means that HMU has a vision of what you should look like for the scene. And this can be inherently conflictual because everyone has a vision of what talent should look like for the scene. The talent has a vision, HMU has a vision, wardrobe has a vision, and the director has a vision. But the director's vision takes precedence over everyone else's. The other thing that we want you to know is that HMU really does care about you and they want you to look good because it's their artistic integrity that's on the line. And they don't want you going out there looking bad. So they're really on your side. For example, if you're wearing a wig and the lace from the wig is falling out, the director or producer is probably not going to notice that. They just want talent in place. Um, so many times they have their mind on so many different things that they're not going to be paying attention to the fact that the lace from your wig is hanging out. But HMU will care and will take time to fix it, even though the production team is saying, hurry up, we're trying to shoot. We're under a deadline. Hurry up, we're trying to shoot. So HMU wants to take care of you. But understand that sometimes they're under a lot of pressure. The decision making process ultimately belongs to the director and to HMU and to wardrobe respectively. If HMU or wardrobe doesn't give the director what he or she wants, then they will get in trouble. Still, models and actors want to look good. They're going to be on camera, so that's understandable. Who wouldn't want that? Because once an image is on camera, It's pretty much forever. And models and actresses are in the business for a reason. Many are making a living based on the way they look. They care about the way they look. Many times, HMU styles their makeup or their hair in ways that they don't like, or wardrobe puts them in clothes that they don't like, or doesn't fit their personalities, or sometimes doesn't even fit their bodies. But the decision making process ultimately belongs to the director and to HMU and to wardrobe, respectively. If HMU or wardrobe doesn't give the director what he or she wants, they will get in trouble. These issues are problematic and rarely discussed openly. So we have created a forum for that purpose. The Pictures Up Roundtable Facebook group is a safe place for discussions between HMU stylists, wardrobe stylists, and talent. There's a lot of underlying friction here, and there's a lot of discussion behind closed doors, but rarely is it talked about openly. This discussion group is meant to be a tool for healing and understanding. It's not a divisive tool. Instead, we have created a discussion group that is meant to be a tool for healing and understanding. The situations, experiences, and topics of discussion are authentic, real life set stories. However, the names have been changed to protect the innocent, as has the exact wording. Many of us are still in the business, so we didn't want to offend or to point fingers at anyone. So, to kick off the discussion and to be our collective pictures of subject matter experts, you will hear from the following fictional personalities: Holly Anderson, Liz Smith, Victor Vibon, Lucy Santiago, Bianca Olson, Mai Vane, Tyler Jansen, Amani Diamond, and Isaac Creed, all of whom are talent. And Candace Murphy is our wardrobe subject matter expert. We invite you to join the conversation because let's face it, we all have to work together. And the truth of the matter is that if your wig is lopsided, or the lace is hanging out, or you have a rip in your stockings, or a booger in your nose, the director isn't going to care. He or she is going to be focused on lighting and other production issues. But HMU and wardrobe do care. Here's some exercises that we want you to try. First, Ellie Stallman is a certified hair and makeup stylist. Watch her video in the next session. Second, join the Pictures Up Roundtable Facebook group and read some of the discussions. Third, add your own questions and or experiences to the discussion group. After you're finished with all of that, go to the next session. Hair and Makeup with Ellie Stallman. Here's some exercises that we want you to try. First, Ellie Stallman is a certified hair and makeup stylist. Watch her video in the next session. Second, join the Pictures Up Roundtable Facebook group and read some of the discussions. Third, add your own questions and or experiences to the discussion group. After you're finished with all of that, go to the next session.
So we're here today doing an interview. My name is Justin. I'm helping Ellie out with an interview here. Yeah, would you like to introduce yourself?
Yeah, my name's Ellie Stallman, and I'm a makeup artist, certified makeup artist actually for the last 5 years now. And I met the lovely Valerie Rose, who I am giving this tape to just kind of, show the difference between talent and makeup and hair for film.
All right. And just sort of touch base a little bit on how we sort of met and worked together. Both me and Ellie have done a lot of photo shoots. She's done a lot of makeup for those shoots, and has really made it easier for me when I do editing. A lot easier. And even down to some video work. Everything was just perfect in the end. We worked on a lot of projects together, and I know that I have something called Justin WS Productions, and I had a magazine that was last year, and I'm trying to bring that back this year, so more than likely we'll be doing a lot more projects together.
Yes.
Yeah, bring it back to you. Just a couple questions. So what's your version of talent? I guess your version of talent when it comes to being camera ready. So when they arrive on scene, what do you want this talent to be prepared for?
Yeah, that's a good question. I think a lot of times there's this sort of fine line of what a hair and makeup artist's version of camera ready is versus what an actor and actress might come on set looking like. But the best way that I can describe it is please just show up like you would come to for like a job interview. For male and female, even down to your fingernails. You don't want any crazy colors, you just want to keep it natural and clean. For men, please keep your hair groomed. This includes your nose hairs, eyebrow hair, nice freshly shaven, or unless you have a character that you're playing that's supposed to look a little rough, that can go as is for that. But we do ask that you guys just show up with just a nice moisturized face and lips and nothing else on. I know that when time is permitted and there might not be enough staffing for hair and makeup to do everybody, another best way that I could say for becoming camera ready is just simplicity is best. So again, just like you would for a job interview, you would come with your foundation, moisturized lips, some mascara on, maybe fill in your eyebrows. This actually does apply to men too, but if you don't have the products, that's why hair and makeup is there too. So just very simple. That way it's easier for the hair and makeup artist to jump in and kind of create from there, especially when it comes down to products. We don't want like products to look cakey or muddy or ashy or just kind of not look right on camera. So definitely when you come to our chair, let us know if there's any allergies or sensitivities that you may have, and let us know what you put on your face. That way we know what we can build from there.
All right, it's good to know that. And obviously if there's any men that don't want to come camera ready, well, you better be, going for a role like a mountain man or something like that.
Yeah.
Don't show up in your flip-flops. It's an interview. I'm just kidding. So on to the next question. So have you ever had a situation where you've had talent, didn't really take your advice on showing up to, on set, almost where it could have been really disastrous, I suppose?
They do come. It's tough because we are taking direction from the director, and whatever the director's version of, we are going to try our best to make that happen. And I guess I could give a couple examples of just talent not really listening to our advice back the next day. One of them being, I had a client who was really into hair masks, which is awesome, but just like kind of going back to what you want to look before a job interview. You want to come to your job looking like you just got out of the shower. You want to make sure your hair is like dry and pulled back or whatever. We'll go from there, but this particular client, we specifically asked her, please don't put the coconut oil treatment in your hair the night before, so we could style her hair easier on set the next day. Well, she didn't listen to us, and she came doing her mask again, and it wasn't rinsed out, and we didn't have enough time to do like a whole hair wash and blow dry and make it all nice. So we had to do our best, but even then it wouldn't hold a curl. It was hard to keep up, and it translated pretty awful on high definition camera. So just be mindful for the little tips and tricks that we are saying, because we are trying to look out for you as well, and we want to make sure that talent looks awesome on camera, because I would never want my own name to go on something that didn't look good on camera. So I'm gonna make sure that I do my very best. So please just, help me out too, as I want to help you out. That's one example. And I guess another example where it was my first time having to actually deal with wigs for somebody. I'm predominantly makeup, but here in Minnesota there's kind of a lack of separated departments. So a lot of times makeup artists will have to do camera ready hair. And my makeup mentor was FaceTiming me, helping me like properly do a wig with like less than 45 minutes before the scene had to take place. And my last looks before I jump on and someone, calls action is checking the monitors, seeing if there's any shine or flyaways or anything that's just distracting. And the first thing that I saw was an actress's wig cap, like the lace of it was just noticeable. And on that particular set, they just wanted to keep rolling, keep the time moving, but I take a lot of pride and care into what I do, so I sort of had to force them to allow me like 5 extra minutes to make sure that that didn't show on camera, because maybe it didn't show to their keen eye, but someone like myself, I can see that, and I would not want a viewer to be able to see that either. So I guess you could say that those are just a couple of my stories of working on the fly and figuring it out as is, and how it's so important too for talent to also like listen to our direction as well. We are trying to work with you, not against you.
Yeah, it's very good to know that information because even down to some, Hollywood movies and TV series out there, they even make mistakes sometimes.
Oh yeah.
And when you see it, you can't unsee it.
That is
And
very
that's really the big thing.
true. Mm-hmm.
So if you can catch it while it's there, it makes worlds of differences. Otherwise,
Absolutely.
it'd be an internet meme for God knows how much longer.
Yeah.
Right?
We all know the Game of Thrones Starbucks cup, so we
Exactly.
don't want a situation with that when it comes to hair and makeup either.
All right. So what would your takeaway be from this, and letting others know, what they can expect out there when they're doing sets, and what they should prepare for.
Here is just a behind the scenes take of what it's like for a hair and makeup artist coming from a day on set. We not only clean our hair and makeup brushes and our kit down, but we make sure that we disinfect as well as sanitize our products and our tools. If anybody in the state of Minnesota wanted to continue practicing their artistry, we all had to do another certification course due to COVID-19. So hopefully that brings a peace of mind to any client that sits down in our chair that we are bringing extra care and safety into your hands as well.
Yeah, so I think we basically covered the bases. I do know that what we haven't touched on is a lot of us freelancers are actually certified. So I went through a school called Faces Etc. here in Minneapolis, Minnesota, where I had to hit a certain amount of hours and criteria to be able to perform multimedia makeup. And I'm still building my years of experience, and I can definitely say that I'm always learning something new on each film set. And I have an awesome mentor now who has like 20 years of experience as well, but it's a continuing learning thing, and I hope that this little snippet of a video just kind of helps talent understand what it is in our perspective. We'll do our best to make sure that you look camera ready, but again, if time permits, we do ask that just minimal as possible, because it's actually harder for us to undo stuff versus adding. And we have products in our kit that you can't get at even Sephora or Ulta's. Those have like 50 to 60% grades of pigmentation, where I can get my hands on 100% and pro artistry tools and stuff out of my kit, which translates way better when it comes to high definition cameras. So I also do want to give a little bit of advice too, just because I run into this experience a lot, and I'm not a dermatologist, but if there is a product that you are using, male or female, and it happens to burn your face, stop using it. That is not good for you, and immediately contact your dermatologist, because that is one of the first signs that your skin is actually having a reaction. So hopefully that doesn't happen in the chair. You know, sometimes it does, because we don't know what we're allergic to all the time. Again, it's a learning experience, but we just ask that you come fresh-faced and clean, dry hair, show up to the best that you can as if you would to a job interview, and you know, we'll roll from there. So hopefully that little tidbit of advice is helpful, and hopefully this video is helpful too. Thanks for watching.
All right, thank you. Thank you very much.
HMU, Wardrobe and Talent.